Legendary lockpicker Alice never expected that the so-called sword god Galphalion would be this ridiculously powerful. One swing sent her flying dozens of feet. If he had held back any less, that strike would have finished her. All because Alice had been acting so arrogant when she first walked in. Ever since her first real moment with Rudius, she realized more and more that if she wanted to stay with him long term, she had to keep getting stronger. To show her resolve, she even cut off her hair. But little did she know that choice would later leave Rudius broken. Then on Ghislaine's advice, Alice went to the dojo of sword god Galphalion. As Ghislaine's former master, Galphalion's swordsmanship was on another level, but no one expected Alice would show him zero respect. That attitude pissed off every student there. Insulting the master in public was way too much. But Galphalion wasn't mad at all. He actually liked her fierce eyes, so he asked who she wanted to cut with that sword. Everyone around was shocked by her answer, but the sword god just burst out laughing. Compared to the dragon god, he was small fry, but no one in the world had ever beaten the dragon god. Galphalion wanted to test Alice's skills first. He sent out his youngest disciple Jim, but before Jim could even react, Alice was already right in front of him. First strike disarmed him, second strike went for the kill. It was over in an instant. That was pretty much a sneak attack, so it didn't really show much. So the sword god sent his daughter Nina out for a proper spar, but when Nina picked up her wooden sword, she immediately noticed the weight was off. One of the senior students had tampered with it, just to teach Alice a lesson. Their match ended fast. The moment their swords clashed, Alice's wooden blade snapped, but she wasn't just good with a sword. Close quarters brawling was second nature to her. Nina got caught off guard and knocked down. Then came Alice's fists full of frustration, because Alice had sensed something wrong. The moment they clashed, that's when the bad blood started. To put an end to this circus, the sword god decided to test Alice himself. He drew the blade forged by the legendary smith Julian, and Alice charged right in. In just a split second, she and her sword went flying out of the dojo. Watching her get back up with that defiant look, Galphalion decided to take her in and teach her himself, and gave her the title of Sword Saint. But besides teaching Alice how to block, all he told her was to keep swinging. So, Alice started her daily routine of swinging non-stop. She ignored all of Nina's taunts. But Gino, another Sword Saint, had a different take. Even though Alice crushed him easily before, Gino thought staying consistent with training was already impressive. Maybe to block out all the noise. Alice eventually moved to the mountaintop to train alone. She wanted to beat the dragon god, who was faster and stronger than the sword god. Only by pushing her speed and power to the absolute limit would she stand a chance. Many people noticed Alice's hard work. Even though her hands were covered in countless scars, all she wanted was to keep swinging. As time kept passing, Alice, who had swung her sword more times than she could count, suddenly felt a strange haze, and standing right in front of her was the dragon god.